Something really awesome happened yesterday. We had the tree trimmers around the neighborhood cleaning up around the trees, the power lines, and I asked them if they could dump their wood chips at the end of my road here, and they said that they would. So now we have a whole truckload full of wood chips, freshly ground. It actually smells really nice. This stuff that I got for free, by the way, which is awesome, is going to deteriorate in the garden and help with the soil composition. It's a lot, and I'm really excited to get this put in the garden. I have a couple of other things to do in the garden today, so we can do a quick walkthrough and I'll kind of explain what I'm going to do, and then I will set up the camera and I will just get going. Over here is where I planted all the, not even all actually, it's where I planted some of the extra tomatoes that I had no place to put them. I put them on the side of the house. They get about 4 hours of sun a day. I don't think that they're gonna give any fruit by time it gets cold. We have about less than 90 days left on in our summer growing season. I am already preparing for my fall garden. I have some lettuce and things planted. Landon found these the other day. A whole lot of cucamelons.
Oh, look at these ones.
Oh, at those ones?
Yeah, look. You see those orbs?
Wild?
Those are cucamelons.
Wild cucamelons.
And you can eat them. They're still good, perfect, and delicious.
Eat one. What does it taste like?
Tastes sweet like a cucumber.
So these are cucamelons or Mexican gherkins.
No.
That's what they're called. Cucamelons or Mexican gherkins.
But they're also
Mouse melons too.
USA's smallest cucumber and watermelon.
Yeah. So one thing that I'm going to be doing today, actually I'll come around this side of the tree. I have had a really hard time getting almost anything to grow, including lettuce, on this side of the garden. I think in total it probably gets 3.5 to 4 hours of sun. Roughly. It's probably a little less than that. See, we'll get a lot of rays. Like right here, there's a ray here, but in about 30-45 minutes, it's going to be shaded again. So that's pretty much what happens on this side. So what I've decided to do, what I wanted to do in the beginning, was put a seating place out here and a fire pit where we can hang out and enjoy the garden even at night. So that is what I'm going to do. Really crazy to do it like right now. I could wait for everything to die, but frankly, not much is growing anyway. So whatever is growing, I will just pull up very gently, put it off to the side, move my things around, and replant it somewhere else. Now, it will have to be done in the same day, so I'm hoping to get that all done. What was that about?
Wasp.
Oh. So we've got this whole side of the garden. Now, that stump that is there, I have been planning to make a table out of it, and I have a glass piece for it out in my backyard that I'm going to use. Yeah, we don't need no snow cones. That's Jaden's tablet.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is one thing on my list to do today, is move both of the beds. I'm going to take them apart, pull all the soil out of them, put them in the wheelbarrow, and move them.
Are you going to move this bed?
Yep, both of them.
There's holes in here.
There's holes in my squash. My only squash that grew.
Yep.
How disappointing. Aww.
I'm not sure that I want to
I wonder if I can... Oh, look at that bug. What are you?
What bug?
Over here I planted a bunch of squash. Only one grew. Now it's got holes in it, so I don't know if it's even going to be edible. But it's not a good looking plant. You can see down here we have squash borers. During all of the rain, I did not get to put any kind of pest preventative on it, so they have just been torn up. I cannot get this. There it goes. Camera's giving me a hard time today.
Oh, Mom, come on this side of this bed.
On this side, another thing I need to do is fix my arches. All the rains have pulled them down. I did not secure them very well, so I got to fix them. pull them up and
Come over here.
see, they've fallen. I'm 5'2". They are built for short people. They're supposed to be like 5'5".
Look, we have hidden.
Hey, hey!
And they have.
Aw. Oh, look at that one. Oh, we can come out and harvest some eggplants today. There's only one inside. We can have eggplants for dinner.
Can I pick this
Not
one?
yet. Not yet. I got stuff to do and nowhere to put it. Planted potatoes here. I don't think that any of them took. Just the weeds. Oh, there's one.
Right here.
There's one.
Oh.
Oh, it's rotten. All right. Well, that happens.
Well, another.
Yeah. So what I'll end up doing is whenever I move these beds, I'm going to end up moving it to this side of the garden where it gets a lot of sun. And I'll just be, I guess, using the soil and the hay and the stuff to layer on the bottom. Put some of the good soil on top, put some wood chips on it after I replant. Oh, look, chamomile.
What?
Oh, it's so pretty. Just moving in the wind. I didn't even see these bloom. Parsley, no matter how much I trim it, it just keeps coming back. Good stuff, good stuff. I need to replant some cucumbers in this heat. They're at the end of their growing season since they started growing so early. So we've gotten a lot of cucumbers, probably 40 or so cucumbers.
Mom,
Which I realize some people grow more than that, but for us that's a lot of cucumbers.
I think this
So I'm going to plant more. I've been saving seeds. I'm going to see if the way that I saved them, they're going to grow. Because some of the seeds I saved from last year didn't grow because I guess I didn't do it right. I don't know. I fertilized over here the other day, but these don't look so good. These are the Tigger melon. I need to come through and trim off the sickly leaves. Got a watermelon up here. It's getting well.
It's done.
It's getting a little bigger. It's not done.
It's.
I know it's not. It's supposed to be bigger.
It hasn't even grown 1 inch.
I don't think it's done. I really, really don't. It should be much bigger, but like should like fit in the palm of the hand, I think. Tomatoes are coming on. Came out yesterday and picked a lot of tomatoes. A lot of tomatoes. I froze a whole bag in the intentions to thaw them, take the skins off, pull out the cores. I'm going to make ketchup and pasta sauce. And I get to do some more. Oh, we have a dropped one. Oh no, we don't. It's just on the ground. Alright, we're not picking anything yet. We need to get bug spray. I need to trim up and fertilize the tomatoes. Pull up the sunflowers. And this here I'm going to be putting onions and lettuce. Our onions did not do very well.
Mom,
They did not get
can I
very
pick
big.
it later?
Yes, we can pick that later.
Okay.
See, our cucumbers are at the end of their season. They're all sickly. They're struggling really bad in this heat that scared the crap out of me. He moved a log, a stick, root, I don't know, that's sticking out of the ground and it's too big for me to move. I guess I should cut it. Should have done that already. But anyway, the cucumbers are at the end of their growing season. They're really struggling because of the heat. And I have figured out, I was wondering, why are some of my cucumbers yellow and shaped funny? And that's because it's really hot outside. Even though I fertilized them, I guess they didn't get enough of what they needed. So they're funny shaped, and whenever they start to turn yellow, they are overripe. And there's no way that this is ripe, right? So the heat sets in, makes it want to turn ripe when it's not ready to be ripe. So that's what we get. We got another funny one here. Whoops. Got another one here. Funny looking ones. I don't know what to do with these now. I picked them. It's not what I came out here to do.
Those bunnies really are funny.
What bunnies?
Those.
We have bunnies?
Yeah?
Where are their bunnies?
Well, these bunnies.
They don't. Those aren't bunnies.
I know.
You silly.
Calling them bunnies.
And probably my biggest project for today. I will be coming down here and fixing my greenhouse. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of storms. We had a tropical storm come through. It pretty much tore apart my greenhouse. Now I don't know if it was the storms that tore it apart or I didn't put it together very well. It was pretty crappily put together. Straight up. No, don't pick them! Don't pick them yet! We're not ready, I'm not ready!
Well, this one was loose. It was super
Well,
loose. This one, I just gently touched it and it was loose. By the deal.
oh yeah, it was. So this one is softer and the insides have started to kind of decay, so we could, is this Hungarian yellow wax or banana pepper?
Hungarian.
Oh, I don't want to replant Hungarian. They're too spicy. Too spicy for us. They smell delightful though.
Yeah.
Alright, we need bug spray. Whoops, I dropped it. Okay.
That's why I did that so that I could demonstrate.
Okay, thanks. So what I am thinking, now I can either do this two ways. Well, really there's a lot of ways I can do this. I can either just put another sheet of the greenhouse fabric on top. Tape it down again and just let it be. Or I could restructure it, which I really think I want to do that. I want to make it bigger. I want to be able to grow the trees in it. Over the winter, I want to be able to grow some things inside of it. Now I realize it's not going to be like a high tunnel and there's not going to be heating and air and ventilation and things like that. I'll have to do some kind of ventilation, I don't know. Basically what I'm wanting to do, and so I can see what you see, over here on the very end, I want to add two structures to come up. And then a little over to the side, I want to add another structure over here. I'm saying structure, and what I mean is the post, the wood post. I have like 16-foot 4x4s in my yard that they're just sitting there, so I might as well use them. And then what I'll do with the PVC pipes is use the PVC pipes as the top to arch over so it'll be taller. Now I don't know if I have enough extra wood to do this, but it's something I really want to try. So that really needs to be done. Yeah.
The deal's.
Oh, the deers.
Yep.
Mm.
On the ground.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look at all these purple peppers. They just caught my eye, these beautiful things. Oh, they're so lovely. So lovely.
Aw, man.
Green peppers, this one's starting to turn orange. Why does everything have holes in it? These bugs, I gotta find out what bugs are getting. Aw, Landon, no!
It was all melty and crazy, and there was holes, and I saw bugs in it.
All right. We need to come, it's not gonna rain. It's not going to rain for another 3 or 4 days is what the forecast says, so I can come out here and spray the entire garden with neem oil, and I think that I really need to do that. Our pumpkin patch. It's just not growing. There's not enough sun.
Yeah.
Now this is where I originally wanted to do like the sitting area was right here, and I think I still might do some kind of sitting area here because the pumpkins aren't growing, so I gotta leave them. I mean, I'm gonna leave them for now. I'm not gonna like yank them up, but like they're not growing. So I'm gonna get some wheels turning in my head. Did I show you this? Over here, all this crazy, I'm gonna cut it back quite a bit, and this is where I will be moving that bed way over there. Both of them, in fact. So I will, it's engulfed. I'll be putting it in this area by the melon, slightly behind, because once all the weeds are gone, there is a fallen tree here. But there's not really much back here, so I could really use this whole space. And it does get really sunny for most of the day whenever the sun
Mom,
comes
you
out
have
at,
to
what,
be
5:45,
careful
6
over
o'clock? Okay. This is about all I'm going to do for this. I'm going to rake it up a little bit. Basically what I'm trying to do is create like a retaining wall to hold the bed in. So it droops really hard here, it's pretty steep. But if I can level it out, it'll be relatively even back here. It's a giant stump, which I can't move. That's fine. I'll be able... I guess it's about 10 feet. It's not a lot, but it's got to be better than over there. This has to be extra complicated because I lost the only drill bit that works for these screws.
No, look.
So we are going to, don't shift it too much, alright? No, Landon, you go over there. Stop. Put it down for a second. Okay, we're going to lift and we're going to walk that way and around. This is not sturdy. This is probably not going to stay very long. Probably why my garden just kind of falls apart. Because it's all just put together. Not even in the good way. Whatever, I didn't have to take it apart. The kids helped me move it over here. It's very heavy. So now I'm going to start with doing a layer of hay on the bottom and then starting to move over dirt, and then I'll bring over some wood chips too. Okay, so now we have this bed in place. I have filled it with the potato, hay, and soil. So what I'm going to do is come through with another layer of soil to go on top. I'm going to put all of my potatoes here. I want a lot of potatoes, and I want big potatoes, not the little tiny ones that I've been getting. So this is going to be for potatoes. Can you grow regular potatoes and sweet potatoes together? I don't know, but we're going to find out, because that's what I'm going to do. So whenever I come back to do the soil for that, I actually have to go get soil. We'll come back over here. go inside and make dinner. But the next thing that I'm going to do whenever I come back out here is tackle this area of tomatoes. I have decided, really the way that I set up the beds, I don't think that I'm going to be able to put the supports in the places that I want to put them. So I'm just going to fix the greenhouse as it is. I'm not going to extend it. I'm just going to put another layer of the greenhouse fabric on it. Call it a day. But I have a bunch of these. This was the wire panel, fencing, whatever you want to call it, that I used for the potato towers. I opened up this one, and what I'm going to do is kind of like cattle panels, I guess. Kind of set it up here. I'm going to go make dinner, and then I'll be back to this. Okay, so it's after dinner now. Instead of making dinner, we actually went out to eat, so that was nice. I'm going to just get the greenhouse plastic on this thing, secure it, good to go. It is, I think we have like an hour until it's dark, so I need to move quickly. And I've got my wonderful helper here. So it is the next day. I ended up spending so much time on the greenhouse yesterday that by the time I had finished, it was completely dark and the camera had died. So I don't know how much it got. I really didn't even check it. So real quick, I'll just show you what I did yesterday. I'm going to call this the duct tape greenhouse. That is its name. I shall make a sign. It is held together with duct tape. I need to secure the bottom and the side and pull up these tomatoes here and secure it on the bottom. Need to secure the bottom here and in the back and here. Last night in the dark I moved my shelves and tables and things, knocked over some pots of stuff that wasn't growing. Didn't think it was a big deal, but I do need to put it back on and clean up behind the greenhouse. Back there is where I keep the majority of my extra seed starting stuff, pots, trays, things like that. So now what I am going to do is, frankly, I just need to get the sides. I'm not really that worried about the back. There's nothing super important in there that the animals haven't already gotten to because it's been apart for like a week, if 2 weeks. Jeez, it's been a long time. What I'm going to do is get these tomatoes up. So I have taken apart a potato tower, which is underneath my bay leaf tree. I've taken apart one of those and I'm going to put it in this tomato bed back here for support. Alright, I'm going to get started on that. So I don't have any T-post or anything fancy. Pretty much what I've used for the majority of my garden, other than the wood itself, is I have been using cut down trees. What I have left, I don't really want to go into the woods to cut things down because there are a lot of mosquitoes. So I have these two uneven, quite uneven. Ooh, that scared me. I think I should get a longer one. Maybe I'll use this for the middle. I'll do the middle support for this one, and then I'm going to go find another one, but I'm going to go ahead and get these in the ground. Okay, so I got this back bed done. I guess it took me about an hour and a half, roughly. This is what I came up with. So I have my 4 sticks holding up this, I guess, fencing, whatever it was. I thinned out this entire bed of tomatoes. I trimmed them, I broke some stems, but I got them all up. So they will grow up pretty much better. I mean, this is what we're working with here, a jumbled mess. It looks better. It's not very secure, but it'll do. That is all I have for this video. I have some other things to do before it gets dark, but thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a long video. So if you got to the end, thanks for getting to the end. I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by the homestead.